We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by His Excellency Ambassador Ayoub, Mahmoud Ayoub, former Commercial Minister. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time. And let me start by asking you, what do you see are some of the most important preparations for the Egyptian presidential elections, which will be kicking off tomorrow for the next consecutive 3 days?
It is very important that all the voters, I said all the voters, go and cast their votes in these elections, because it will decide the future of their own country for the next 6 years. It is a right, it is an obligation, and it is a duty to go and cast your vote in the election centers. And it is very easy to know where your election center is, and go and find it today if you have not found it, and the name of the school and its address. Everything is clear, and making it easy for people to go and cast their votes and to decide their own future.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Ambassador, there are over 65 million registered voters. How important do you see, the great number of people participating from these registered voters?
65 million voters means a lot. It means that this is a force to tilt the candidate on one other. So we all need to go and vote and decide which candidate we choose. See the candidates today and decide before you go. Don't decide at the last moment. From now on until tomorrow, to cast your vote, and until the election time, see who you will choose and cast your vote in the election centers, so that you decide your own future for the next 6 years. It's very important that we all go in families and friends, go and cast your vote, because in this way we will not complain later on that the people, that the ruler does not represent us. He represents us.
Absolutely. Now, Your Excellency, how do you see the distribution of the polling stations where Egyptians can cast their votes? There have been many polling stations organized for these upcoming presidential elections and prepared in order to allow people good enough accessibility as well to their proximal areas.
It was a very good arrangement to spread the election centers in many public schools, primary and secondary schools. I have chosen my school and know it just 1 week ago, or more than 1 week ago, and now I decided whom will I elect. But in all cases, the election committee has made it easy, and it does not take a lot of time, so that you go and cast your vote in the school or in the election center which is assigned to you. That is very important that we do it from today. Go and cast your vote. It is very important for your own future and for your children.
Absolutely. Now, a large number of international institutions and organizations have arrived, in fact, in Egypt to monitor the upcoming presidential elections. What are the types of the observers that are coming for these upcoming elections, Mr. Ambassador?
They are most welcome. They just see and witness, but they do not interfere in any part of the election process, because they are most welcome, so that they know it's free elections, and the voters are free to choose the candidate which they want. And it is very important that as many voters as possible should go to these elections. It is for 3 days, so there is time for everyone to choose the best time for himself or herself. Especially the women and children should go and cast their vote when the foreign organizations or NGOs come and see it, so they are sure that it's a free elections, and it is very important for us to prove that for the whole world.
Absolutely. Now, another important feature of the Egyptian elections are the full judicial supervision, which is very important. How do you see the controls of the judicial supervision, preparations as well? We're speaking about many members of the judicial sector taking part in the success of the upcoming presidential elections.
This is very important. Why? Because when the elections are held under the supervision of judiciary system, it makes sure that we all are sure that everything in its right place, its right position, and we are sure that our votes will go to the candidates which we choose. And it's very good that this was arranged beforehand, and you'll go, and we are sure and content that our votes will be will be considered in every part of this process of free elections in Egypt.
Absolutely right. I'd like to thank you very much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Ayoub, Mahmoud Ayoub, former Commercial Minister. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and your insight.